Hello there, everybody. It's wee Paddy from across the Shuck, and as you can tell by my voice, I have a stinking cold. But I didn't want to let it go any longer before I got this wee video out. I'd done before a video on the Dirty Dozen, which was my budget line of knives that I was recommending for the year. This is my Dirty Dozen, but this is more my higher range. This is the £50 and over. Um, Now, like before, a lot of my knives in my channel have been gifts, and the knives that are on here that are gifts from people, I thank them very much. I'm not going to go into the detail of who it was because in the channel, go into the backlog, and each one of these knives has their own separate video, and it will tell you who they're from. I appreciate them more than anything, but this is not the only one. They're not all given, but an awful lot of people have given me knives that are in the medium price, that are in the cheap price, and every single one of them mean as much to me as the more expensive ones here. And that's why I don't want to just give out names of the people that are here, although they're so expensive that it should be. But my thing is that gifts are not just the expense, it's the thought that somebody can do that for you, that are really strangers, other than a few words of text. So I'm just going to go through them now, and these are the knives that, to me, to be honest with you, when I look at them now, I think, wow, this is the basis of an amazing collection to start anything. Never mind, these are mine. These high brand knives are mine, something I would never have thought 2 years ago. So this is not a particularly expensive one I'm starting with. It's an HX Outdoors one that I got from GearBest. And it's carbon fibre, it's titanium, but look at the way that titanium is milled. Lovely titanium pocket clip. Really nice action on it. And the reason I liked this was it was Tonto. I didn't have a Tonto knife. Sorry, that's a really bad. Come on, there we go. I really didn't have a Tonto knife. Gosh, that's terrible tonight. There we go. I'm afraid that's as good as it's going to get. But yes, you see what I mean. It's a lovely shaped blade and knife, and it weighs nothing. It's feather light. Really just, it's sort of towards the beginning of the year I got this, but it really just showed me that what you can. It was real carbon fibre, and you can see the way they've it chamfered all away here, and it's the telltale sign of real carbon fibre. Beautiful, beautiful little knife. Now, this year I'd set out myself the goal to get traditional and modern knives. But I also like small knives, and these next two are two of the prettiest little small knives that I would call secondary knives, but these would actually, at a push, do you for an EDC knife, although they are small. That's it in my hand. But this is the little Bestech Zen. If I get that up there. It's the little Bestech Zen. Beautiful little knife. Titanium, golden blue. And gosh, I'm really having trouble getting this focused tonight. Anyway, it's S35VN, which is just amazing for a little knife of this size. There's the Bestech Zen, and it's probably because it's pitch black at night. But anyway, a really beautiful little knife, I have to say. So nicely made, and to be quite honest, if you look at this, there's more snail trails in this than a secret forest walk. It's absolutely beautiful. And this is another one. And do you know what? I was sitting talking, how do I describe these? This is a little Tuya knife. And when these companies first came out, these were some of the first knives that they make. And I would nearly call them, this is S35VN as well. I mean, it's just titanium S35VN. It's made, they're perfect. They're just small, large knives, if you know what I mean. But these are made, to me, they're like apprentice pieces. This is like a company saying, hello, I'm new, this is what I can do. Because to make a small knife like this, to the precision and the accuracy that they've made these, I mean, all the transitions, smoothed over edges, beautiful action on the flipper. I mean, just because they're small, they're absolutely perfect. There's bearings, there's everything done in these that's going to say, boy, that's a good company. You know, I'll maybe buy something else from them. So, very effective, I think, in the new knife market when they come out with what I would call apprentice pieces. Now, traditional, this is by far my favourite traditional knife this year. Absolutely beautiful. It's the GEC and it is the Tidiute, and you have seen this in so many videos, but it is just a really well used and part of my EDC. This is an EDC carry. I will carry a small knife or a bigger one with this. It doesn't really matter. This can do anything that I really want it to do, and I've enjoyed it immensely just as a touchy-feely. This next one is the Lion Steel, and they have just made three beautiful knives, and they're made with S90V, or sorry, M390. Where did I get that number? There we go, M390 Lion Steel. And there's this, they have a clip point and they have a spear point. And this is the sheepshead. And absolutely cracking. Look at the big scratch I get down. I was using it the other day and got a scratch. It was a bit of plastic or something I was cutting. So, I mean, this is a user, again, an absolute cracker. I really do love it. Carbon fibre, titanium. These bolsters are a bit of a... they put these on. You can take these off and change them, which is lovely, but you can't take the knife fully apart. These screws only release the bolster, and the... this obviously this is made to look like an old traditional knife, and this large cover here. This can come off and you can change it, and this can come off, and already there's people are making different versions for this knife, so that's something maybe down the line you can think of if you get one. Now we're on to my really high-end ones. This is the ones that, to be honest, at the beginning of this year, this one I actually bought at the end of December, but I didn't get it until January. I was waiting for certain things to go along, and then I got it. So I did get it this year. All these knives have all been got this year. This was the earliest one. This came in January. And this is the Benchmade Bogert. This was my Christmas money and money I'd saved up and I paid for myself. And LTK there helped me get it and sent it over to me. And it is just been everything that I wanted it to be. Absolutely everything. It is a glorious knife for EDC, or if you want to go for a walk. I don't know why they called it a bug out. Stupid name for it. They could have it just needed a bit of thought, I think. But as far as a knife goes, the name mightn't be the perfect name for it, but it is a gorgeous knife. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this. Next we have the Kaiser Shul. Another absolutely beautiful knife. Kaiser just made so many good knives, and these titanium scales are so smooth. They're just beautiful, but yet they're not slippy. This blade, I don't know what Kaiser have on their blades, but let me tell you, it feels, it's the shiniest. It's got the tumble on it, right? But oh my goodness, it is so shiny. And this is M390 as well. Another beautifully ground blade with M390, just a little small, but such an effective little knife. Beautiful knife. Workmanship, just lovely. And then when you go up, this is what I'm noticing, the difference is just the workmanship, as it should be. This is my newest one, and this is the Zero Tolerance 0450. A gorgeous, gorgeous knife. And these next three are quite old models, but they're still as relevant today as the day and hour they come out. I mean, some of them, I think the Benchmade is about 16-year-old, that model. Do you know what I mean? All right, it's had a few little changes, but very little. And they're just blooming good knives. This is the most comfortable knife for me. I've got a sort of, I would say a large hand, but I've quite skinny fingers, because I can get on this 0450 very, very comfortable. Very comfortable. Lovely knife to use. It's just, but the flipper action of it is just gorgeous. It's so light. Oh, it's just such a nice flipper. This was one of my dream knives. This, and this. These were all knives that I thought I would probably never get when I started. And it just shows you how life has changed. gifts have been given, but being able to save and redirect, life changes. I mean, sometimes you've next to no money, and sometimes you have a wee bit to spare. But I've just been blessed this year with gifts, especially. This was my Grail knife long before I came to do videos or anything like that. This was the Grail knife, and I got it this year, and it is absolutely stunning. It is still my Grail knife. I haven't looked. I must have this 6 months now, maybe longer, but it's just my favourite knife of all time. The favourite shape. I love the green handle. I just love it. I probably will, or I would love to, get one of the G10 models, um, especially with the 20 CV, or maybe it's not 20 CV, whatever that new steel is called, just to try it. But this green one, especially the aluminium, is my Grail knife. It's just beautiful, beautiful. And then this one was my first mod I'd done. This was another gift, a PM2, I know, uh, but this was all black scales on it. I've still got them there. It's not as if I got rid of them. But I bought these scales. Sally gave me some money for Christmas, and rather than buy another knife, I fancied having a wee go at modding. I'm not very good with my hands, so I just bought the scales. They're aluminium, quite expensive for what they were, but I think it has made an already attractive knife very attractive. The other thing it has done, I didn't realise before I got a PM, they're not particularly comfortable for hard use with their normal scales on. But you see, with this on, this makes it just so comfortable. The edges are rounded and softer than what the G10 is. It makes a beautiful knife. That just dropped. I transferred that straight over. This, if you're ever going to take a PM2 apart, you see this back the throw free for your lanyard. It's a blooming nightmare to get apart. I bent it out of shape. I had to get, when I put it back in again, the back of the knife kept wobbling. I had to get pliers in and twist them so I could reform the shape so that it stayed in. It was just a nightmare. And the screws, everything else was just perfect. It just came apart as it would and back together again. So I really love the fact that that's something that's just new and done by me. There's 10 of the knives, my knives of this year, that I just absolutely adore, that are sort of ensconced in my collection. They'll never leave. I can't see any reason why any of them would ever leave. And last but not least is two knives that I was given this year. I just want you to see these. Can you see the little shamrocks were individually done on this knife? And my initials at the end of it there. This was done from my friend down Dublin, Dean Nugent. Beautiful. This was done by another superb friend who took the time to do it, which was JT, over at JT's Knife Life. Isn't that just gorgeous with PPP on it? It's completely customized. The scales, everything is customized. Exactly the same on this one. Customized completely. Lanyard was put on it, and these beautiful lanyard, I don't know what their beads are called. But everything, look at the brass. It's just gorgeous. Really is gorgeous. The other side of the blade was done too. I mean, it must have took him hours to do that. So, they are my priceless ones because they were made for me by somebody. Just blows your mind. So there you are. There's my top 12 knives that I have got this year. I feel blessed. I feel a complete part of the community. And I know knives don't make you part of this community, because at the beginning I had next to none and I felt part of. But I just, for me, this collection here is just, whoa, where do you go from here? But it's a gradual thing. It's taken me 3 years from start to get to here. So next year, I have no big goals, but I do have a bit of extra money coming in the new year. So I'm going to treat myself to some nice knives, and so that I can share them on the channel. But I also love my budget knives, so you will still see as many, if not more, budget knives next year, because I have 2 drawers full of them. I hate giving them away. I do, but I hate giving them away. I love my budget knives. To this day, as much, even though I've got all these, I love my budget knives and I use them. So there you go. Look, thank you very, very much indeed. I hope you can understand my old croaking here at the background. Take care. Thank you very much. I look forward to next year. I've had an amazing year with the help of every single one of you, whether it's been a comment or a knife or just encouragement. So thank you so much. And it's not the end of the year. There's still a few more videos, but just thank you so much for this year. I've really appreciated it. And look at that collection I have now. Anybody would be proud of that, but I'm especially proud of that. I love it. So thank you very, very, very much. That's it. I'm away to finish this week. I have a nice wee cup of tea here. I'm going to do it. It's the middle of the night here. I'm not sleeping, so I thought I'd make a video. Take care. All the very best, Paddy.